Mark Krishnan. I'm host of episode 1 of Beyond the Finish Line.
Yo, I'm Luke. Really amazing. And this is our guest. Our guest is a world-renowned athlete who is inspirational and, frankly, there's not many ways to describe him. He's just so influential in modern society. It is Dylan Wood.
Thank you. Thank you guys for the great introduction.
The ground demon himself.
Some have called him that.
And I'm just glad to be on the pod, man.
Great having you. Yeah. So, first thing, we know that you obviously did run middle school cross country in 7th grade.
Yes, you did.
And I think it's an understatement to say you were pretty good at that. You know, how do you think middle school cross country has really affected your season so far in high school?
Well, I mean, obviously the way I ran middle school doesn't really correlate to the way I run a 3 mile or a 5K.
Yeah, right, for sure.
I would just start off pretty chill and then work my way up. Obviously in a 3 mile with 200 kids on the line, it's hard to just go out slow. You have to start off a little fast, and obviously I still have the confidence that I did as a 7th grader, and I still have the passion, but it still goes a long way that I have that potential that I can beat these kids.
Okay, I have a random question I just thought of right now. So, on the line of your first middle school cross-country meet, did you know what was going to happen? What did you think was going to happen lining up for your first ever middle school cross-country race?
What were you feeling in the moment?
Well, obviously I don't remember all of it, right? It was a long time ago, but mentally, I was just a man, dude. Mentally, I was just there. I just wanted to get first. And obviously, after the first meet, I'm like, reality check. I didn't get
You
first.
can't win them all.
Yeah.
Didn't get first in my school, and obviously this one kid just blew me out. No.
Oh, no,
he
Josh.
beat me by-
Josh.
Owen beat me by a few seconds, my parent teammate. And then also Mason Suva beat both of us.
He was Mason Suva.
Mason Suva was
Dude, he
amazing,
beat
bro.
literally everybody besides me and Noonan. I'm the team.
I would
He
beat
beat me
Mason
in eighth
like
grade.
most games.
I beat Mason every single
Yeah,
race.
same.
Nice job, guys.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. That you could do that for me.
Yeah. my bad. I thought this is the Dylan Wood interview.
Alright, so that was when I was going through in 7th grade.
Nice.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Would you say? Wait, I just have. Did you have a rivalry? Would you say with Owen Noonan in 7th grade? Was there a bit of animosity between the two of you?
I mean, running and cross it's a weird sport. How it is a lot of a team sport. It's also very individual. It's like you're fighting for spots and stuff like that. So it's obviously I'm not talking shit to them, but obviously I want to be first. And so mentally there was a little rivalry, but we were chilling though. If I beat him, obviously I'd be happy, but I still congratulate him. Same vice versa. But yeah.
Yeah, and would you say that they really did help push you to be better
Oh,
as a
for
runner?
sure. I mean, after the first meet, I was like, I don't want to lose to him again. That sucks. So,
Had you heard of him before? Did you know who he was before that race?
yeah, I knew who Owen was, but I didn't know he was that good. Didn't know he was that good. Great talent.
Take me back, even further back, to Whittier Elementary School. The races back then with Max Manny, Reed Johnson, Baker Glom, people like that. How would that competition you felt then? How does it relate to the competition you face nowadays?
Well, it's just, I mean, Max, you can compare it to Ryan Morton even. I know this guy's going to beat me, but I still want to try my best to beat him.
Oh, for sure.
Stuff like that. There's obviously Baker, who some comparing to Henry, because I've never lost to him in the Jaguar dog. But obviously,
He always
still
could.
pushes
He always
me.
could. Yeah.
Any race, if I slip up just once, I know he's gonna be there. He's gonna be in
Yeah,
me.
sure, yeah.
So yeah.
Right. So you think that really puts a pressure on you, knowing there's a slight chance that I could lose to him, or what really what are you really thinking doing these races?
I mean, it's more just a joke that I'm never losing to Henry, but I am never losing to Henry.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's
Okay.
That's obvious.
Is there a pressure? Not really, because I don't really care if I lose to Henry, but I do care if I'm losing to Henry.
Yeah.
Right.
Because after the race,
After
it
the
would
race,
be not
he'd be
good.
like, what?
You don't want it.
All right.
Okay, man.
All seriousness though, pre-race diet, I know obviously
Pre-race meal or
just diet in general, because obviously if you're eating McDonald's every day, you're probably not going to race as good as someone who's maybe not doing that. So how do you think diet plays a part, and do you do anything special because of running?
Well, my diet, I'm obviously eating better, but I'm still not the healthiest guy. Compared to this guy, I'm probably but pre-race wise, I usually just try to stay clean or
What do you mean by clean?
not eat anything like unhealthy. Like I don't get lunch the day before, stuff like that. And then the night before, I usually just eat pasta, like same thing.
What type of pasta?
Just like normal marinara.
Like, is there anything? Are there any foods which you would never eat? Like any foods you just hate for no reason?
Bananas. They say they
Bananas?
eat that before race. I don't like them.
Wow.
Oh
That
yeah,
shit's
that's-
really weird.
sometimes
I would
sometimes
really-
I agree with that.
I would really have to disagree with that. I mean, I'm a huge banana fan. I have at least like one a day. It's really
I'm
amazing.
more of an apple raspberry.
Well, apples are great.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Although I'd replace. Oh yeah, what's your Mount Rushmore fruit? That's a good question right now.
All right, so we gotta put apple just because year long it's still great. Like no
Yeah,
matter what. Sometimes
sure.
like the strawberry, it's like in the winter I'm like, damn, this is not that good, but I still
Right.
eat it because there are some good strawberries in there. Can't get the best one every time. But the two, we gotta go strawberry. I mean, it's just flavor wise. If you get a strawberry lollipop, you're never mad. It's strawberry.
For sure.
And then we put raspberry in the 3. I just think fundamentally, you're just gonna get, you know what you're gonna
You know,
get.
yeah, it's a
You know
raspberry's a
what you're gonna
raspberry.
get.
Right.
It won't blow you away, but the consistency
You're like,
is
this
there.
is a good raspberry
It's
every
very
single
raspberry.
time.
And 4 here, that's like the big 3. The 4 is interesting spot. But I'm gonna go orange. I think
I like that.
Okay.
it's kind of like the McDonald's fry. If it's low, it'll have a bad game. It's low, but if it's there, it's hot. Or in the orange case, it's juicy. It's right. Oh, that's
Just blow you out of the
can't
water.
compete with apples. Can't compete with strawberries. Can't compete with the raspberry. So that's my Rushmore.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, where'd you put grapes in there? Like how far off are they?
They're right there. I mean, grapes. What else? I think.
Sometimes grapes aren't good though. I see what you're talking about.
That's a good point. I also
And like
think
kind of like blueberries, where it's just like some are good, like others are
I'm not
just
a
like
huge
too big.
fan of the blueberry. I think the most underrated fruit in the game is the blackberry.
That's
Right,
very true.
right.
I would even put them on
For
my
sure.
Mount Rushmore.
I think they're my 6, honestly.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
Like if you had a top
Grapes,
seven,
They really are just
They're
like
6.
amazing with their sweetness. And
for sure. All right.
Okay. Next question. We're gonna get back to the serious questions.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
for sure.
What's this dream you've let go of, and why?
Let go of. I mean,
I
I
came
was-
up with that for sure.
I mean, this takes me back a few days in study hall when I got a voicemail from an SMU coach,
I do
And-
remember that.
Division 1, and they said, "Hey, we'd like to contact your parents." And I'm like, brought me back for my soccer days. That my dream would probably be, I don't know, play soccer for a decent amount of time, but I'd probably let that go. I can still hop in rhododendrons maybe potentially, but I'm definitely not like trying to be a soccer player.
Oh, for sure. And like going back to like your kind of soccer past, like because obviously now you're doing cross country. So what really influenced you to change from soccer to cross country?
That is a great question. I'd probably say mostly just because of track, pretty much. I mean, even track practice at the beginning, I didn't really like it. I didn't really care about track. But
Didn't
the
really go
more,
much.
yeah, the more I succeeded, the more I thought to myself, yeah, I could have a future in this. And if I did soccer, the ceiling would just probably creep down.
Yeah,
And so I did cross to try to make it as high as possible.
for sure.
But also, I mean, cross isn't easy because the track. I'm like,
You're Mr. 600. Yeah.
Right.
not trying to be like have like an ego. I was one of the best kids, and like going to cross where I'm nowhere near that. It's a struggle for us, but we'll get there.
Yeah.
Well,
also,
you're working towards the goal.
yeah. Also, like how, you know, with soccer, you're kind of relying more on your teammates. Like if your teammates have a bad game, right, then they're gonna kind of influence you. Like if you're doing the best and like you're hopeful, and then your team's just like, no, we're gonna lose this. Like you're gonna lose because your team kind of affects you. Whereas with cross country, like in races, it's like, I don't want to say solo because like you kind of push.
But you don't know how your team
Yeah,
is
you
going.
kind of push and pull with your teammates. But like, if a teammate's having a really bad race, that you don't need to let that affect you as much. You can still go 100%, still have a great race.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but also even if your team is playing like crap, you can still have a good game.
For sure.
Even if you make some mistakes, but like cross and track very reflective. Like their time's very reflective.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
more like
You get out what you put in.
Yeah, I mean, even if like you feel good and you just don't have a bad record, it's very reflective of like where you are. And
Yeah.
it's not like the best of feelings and stuff like that.
For sure.
And I think for like soccer, you can't really like analyze like exactly how good of a performance you had. There's nothing that like quantifies it except like goals and stuff. like you can have something like not the stat sheet, right? Which is still like a good game.
Yeah, for sure. Like successful dribbles and stuff like that, which are like pro, but like not useful.
But in like crossing track, it's just like whatever your
Just-
time is, what your
just
time
your
is.
time.
Right, yeah.
On to the next. Would you rather fight one horse-sized duck or 100 dog-sized horses?
Duck or 100 horse. Wait, one horse-sized duck or
100 duck-sized horses.
probably the one horse-sized duck. I mean, think about it. It's still a duck. Like, what does a duck really have? The muscles aren't there. Whereas in 100 horses that are small, they're still fucking tough. Like, you will have to try. I mean, I get a duck, I get a so bad and just whip his leg. I'm killing. Like, I break one of his legs, break his front right and bottom left. Think about it. He just like,
You're talking about the
Like
duck?
yeah.
How does a duck have a
Duck,
front
oh, yeah.
right leg? It's 2 legs.
Left leg and right leg.
Yeah, just get it. It'll be like Twin Towers, you know, just collapse.
Okay.
All right. Well, there you have it. Still win.
No, but what? Why would the horses be so hard?
Well, think about it. The horse, even if it's small, it's still freaking mighty. Like, I mean,
And 100's a lot.
100 is a lot.
100 is
There
a
could
lot.
be like one pulling on my one on my leg, and then what do? Like hit him with that? Like that's pretty hard.
And there's
you
still
know?
98 more.
There's still 90.
There is still
There's
98
a lot.
more.
100 is a lot of horses.
It's a
So.
lot. I mean, I could probably hit a few of them at a time, but then there's gonna keep on more. You know?
And like the muscle mass is like way more. Like
Yeah,
per
probably-
capita,
and like if they topple
oh,
you over, like you're done.
If I get on the ground, I'm cooked. They're
Yeah.
just gonna trample me pretty much. It'll be worse than Travis Scott concert, we could say.
Yeah, you could say that. I think we have to go back to running. So,
Sure.
walk me through before, during, and after sophomore conference for the 600 indoor.
Indoor. So before, you know, I was pretty locked, I could say. Like, I think mentally I was there. I was watching your meet as well. Like, I was still doing socially active things, but once it comes to like 45 minutes to an hour before, I was pretty locked. But I mean, there was a goal there,
Mm-hmm.
and I did amazing, but I didn't get the record.
Yeah,
Right.
but no one expected.
No one expected.
No one
you to
expected
be
you to
near
do
it.
that.
I asked the guy with the record. You might know him, probably not though.
Oh.
If I was gonna get it, he's like, no chance. And then my boy, Louis Krause, shout out to Louis. He was like, you open in a 16 or 800, like you could. There's a chance. You just have to do a 31 more lap. And I was like, wait, that's not that hard to get. Obviously, it's hard, but like it's manageable.
Mm-hmm.
And so, come to pre-race, there's only one guy I was warming up with, and it was chill. I was going really
What was
slow.
it?
Owen Kelly. We were going really slow. We were definitely in the 8s, for sure. Nothing less. I mean, then I get there, and we had a little time to do strides. I was doing them when Lynch got off Courtney because they were doubling, so they had their different routine than us. And so I'm up there standing, and this guy comes up to me and like, "What do you want to run?" And I'm like, I don't want to say like
Wait, where's he from?
the exact time. Hinsdale Central.
Was it the Hinsdale Central?
It was the Hinsdale Central
Okay.
kid. Later on that.
Later on
that
that
kid, yeah. And he was like, I don't know, maybe like low 130s, which is what I ran. And he was like, oh, well, I just ran 129 last week. And I'm like, oh shit. Like, obviously I have a goal, but I just want to win the race.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
this kid just ran something that no one as a freshman has done ever in our school history.
Mhm.
So that's mentally pretty derailing, but I was still there. At the line, well, let's talk about during then. So at the line, I was just like, obviously I'm nervous as hell. But I just ripped it. I think I opened at about 29. And so I was going good. And then I was still like kind of at the bottom of the pack. Like there was still probably like 5 people ahead of me, or 4. And so there was 2 kids that I surged past, and it was great because it doesn't kind of just mean that you start focusing the rest of the race because you start gapping them. And so after the second lap, I was like probably low 60, and then yeah, about somewhere there, probably 60, low 60 or 559. And then I'm running, everyone's cheering me on, and I see the clock, like, oh, there's a chance. So I just try to rip it as fast as I can the last lap. And I obviously hit a wall out with like 100 to go. But I still thought there was a chance. Even when I finished, I knew I didn't get it. But all my teammates were at the end of the track cheering me on. And it felt great, you know. So yeah, that was my experience. And with my cool down, I was just by myself in the home game. So we just chilled out for the cool down.
Wait, what was your pace?
My pace? Probably an 8.
Wait, oh, I thought that was like the historic cooldown. Where was that one cooldown from?
The historic one? That was what's the one you missed when you did the wedding?
Oh, that was Mateo Valley.
Mateo?
Something Valley. It was Mateo or Mateo Valley.
Doing the same thing.
I don't know what to pronounce it. I was saying like one of the two.
Before Mateo, but that was when I doubled and I won the stuff. Okay. Someone saying sub 11 pace. So. Yeah,
Almost sub 11.
That happens though.
Hey man.
So sometimes you gotta run slow on the cooldown.
Getting a good recovery in and like cooling down, it just pace is just a number, and that's
Exactly.
Yeah, I think after Twilight we were like 9.
Yeah.
9s or 8s.
Well, time for a really quick ad break.
Feels like a dream, feels like magic. Now I believe I can have it. Ooh, ooh, Tamu. Ooh, ooh, Tamu. All of my wishes came true. Shop like a billionaire. Shop like a billionaire. Ooh, ooh, Tamu. Ooh, ooh, Tamu.
Download the Temu app and shop like a billionaire.
Welcome back from the ad break. I'm sure you love our ads. They're very high quality.
They pay us a lot
Our
of money.
sponsors, I'm a big fan of our sponsors. I love our sponsors.
It's funny,
Shout out our
You
sponsors.
hit me jack down here, but you get so much money from these ads.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's about the viewer. We're not selling it. We're
You're right.
We're informing them about deals and things for them to know about.
Alright,
for
I
sure.
think it's enough with the ads.
All right. So, Dylan Wood. Obviously, running has brought you a lot of experiences and a lot of things to learn from. And so, how can you really take these experience and like lessons that you've learned and kind of relate them to your school or like your daily life or just interacting with
I mean,
friends?
I
and
get
family?
around so dating life. Alright, I'm just kidding.
That was a joke, by the way.
Alright, so schoolwork, I would just say I work hard. It's pretty.
Okay.
But like with the athletics, because you're working so hard all the time.
So how do I fit time?
Yeah, to still do your homework. Because I know you're in a lot of very challenging classes.
Yeah.
Like
I mean,
Andrew Edelman's in second period
I'm
history class.
in USS.
That would be rough. That would be rough.
So usually I get home, eat dinner, chill on the couch for probably like 45 minutes, and then shower, and then there's homework. It depends how much homework I have. Usually don't shower, do my
What class are most of your homework from?
Chemistry and studying.
Studying for United States history. Right?
Exactly.
Yes.
Okay.
Jeez. I feel the teachers try to like derail me, but I still have the
You gotta bring it back.
Yeah, any time I have a project, I just study for that. Math, just do with it, or I have to study also. I usually try to do the homework
Or you just play chess.
Tell me more about your study hall. Like, what's the dynamic? What goes on in your study hall?
Man, my study hall is very interesting. So we have Ari, then we have Bailey, Steve Bailey, yeah. And then we have 2 freshmen. Oh, this is Ari's friend, but good time. Then we have 2 freshmen, Steven and Ethan Malley, who, I just say Steven, is pretty much just Luke, about how he's literally only on athletic on that.
Yeah.
Honestly, crazy.
Right.
So, pretty much, last study hall, I would say, I was pretty much just on my phone, playing chess, just listening to music, just chilling.
For sure.
Because I had nothing going on and making sure your class was just pretty free. And then I'm sitting there, and obviously these freshmen just yapping off about like that. And Steven just, I don't know why, but he just searched up like qualifying times for state.
I've done that too. I've done that too.
I'm like, I didn't tell him, but like, for our team, if you even run that, you're not gonna go to state
Because
you
your
have
team
guys.
has so much
It's like I don't know. I think it's like I don't know what the mile was.
I think it's like 418. But even on our
I think it
team,
was 20.
No, it was.
He said 20. I think.
oh, is it 21?
No, I think it was like 4.
Dude, state. There's a bunch of bumps in the middle there.
Yeah.
Just kidding. wrecked by the opposing teams. So
I thought it was.
I thought it was 20s, but I could be wrong.
No,
I think he said 440 something.
It's not 40.
No, it
It's like 23
Yeah.
years. Wait, because Caden qualified with like 18, and I thought Caden barely qualified. Maybe.
No.
Maybe it might be like 21 or 23.
I think I'm like, dude, you should run this. We like at least.
We have all those guys.
Yeah, because like Steve Cox freshman year, I'm pretty sure that he was
He was
at he was close to
the 800.
no. Oh no, for the
Not the mile either.
Really?
Yeah, and it was even if he ran it, because even if he ran it, under the lights was after it.
Right.
So and the qualifying time's like in the 20s for sure. I know that.
All right, so I'm like, dude, like you guys should go. It doesn't matter. Like you're not going to state until you're at least a junior, probably.
We're sophomore. We don't know. We don't know who it's sophomore.
Tell me what that you're going to do.
Wow, 800, 3200.
Yeah, so 3,200. I mean,
You don't know.
you got more than.
Yeah, more.
But no. If
Ryan Morton does get
Ryan
big
Morton
competition.
has a chance to do it as a sophomore, Steven has a chance to do it.
Ryan Morton does bring some pretty heavy competition to the table.
Yeah, but we're talking about track here.
Yeah.
We don't know.
He also said,
Steven seems a
I mean,
dog in track.
yeah,
Like,
he also-
seeing how like
he's an 800 guy.
yeah, and like so how they kind of push and pull each
What
other.
if he's next year?
You're at 215.
It's gonna be like what? Phil, Will, me, Steve, every other sophomore guy. You're in sub 210. You are
Right.
210.
He could do cycle.
If he does.
If he does it, he says he did, and he said he might do cross.
He said.
Hardy is sub 210. Matt Novak is
Almost up to
close
50.
to compete in the 800 if you wanted to.
Louis Krause.
Louis Krause, for sure.
Terrence Burton.
Yeah, but
He's more sprinter.
He's more
He could
sprinter.
go up
He does-
there. There's no reason for him to
His
go up
main
there.
event is the
so I don't know how he gets in a 4-minute or an open weight. So
Right.
Next year, yeah.
Right.
It's good. I mean, there's a lot of competition, especially when you're on such a good team like DGN.
Yeah, and like when you're a senior, it's still gonna be me, Steve, as exactly where you get in there.
Mark could get in there.
I could get in
You can
there.
shut
I
off
will
like
get in there.
20 seconds and go. So shit.
Like, you have to be.
Sophomore
You have to wait. Is it
year,
like
no.
two? It's like 2 flat or 201, which is qualifying, right?
No,
I
I think it was
58.
58. Yeah, 158.
Okay, so
We don't
whatever.
mess around with these.
He was just pretty much yapping and something
Yeah.
about that, and I'm like, dude, all he had is everybody in London, so I'm like, bro, like no one cares.
Yeah.
He was talking.
Mally cared.
He was
What was
talking.
Mally doing?
Mally
He was his
was.
homework.
Mm.
Oh, yeah, he was there.
Occasionally, I am in that thing. That's
Sometimes, yeah.
sometimes. And occasionally,
Where are you trying to?
Yeah.
Oh,
occasionally
on,
the coach does actually come down.
on
Coach
Wednesday,
Sipple.
we had our coach there, and
He was.
he was talking to Bailey about college, it was like a normal subject. And he was talking about like 5 minutes. And these freshmen come along and just talk about what should we do for me, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, dude, you've done this like
Yeah.
5 times already. Like it's a
Right.
normal cross meet.
I think that's probably one of the
Not-
biggest problem with, one of the biggest flaws with the freshmen this year are like, where you can tell them something and it just like goes in one ear out the other.
No,
They
or-
just don't
no,
really
no.
take in the information.
No, I feel like sometimes they take it in, but like the way they take it in, they take it like they take it as like a word of law. Like they either take it like absolutely to the maximum,
Right.
or they just like disregard it.
Right. For
altogether.
sure.
Yeah,
For
I was about to they either don't care about it or care way too much and are so cautious about
Right.
it.
Right.
But like,
So,
yeah, this is what freshman year for is like to like find the medium of like what works for them.
And like kind of like find the rhythm of like where you belong.
Well, no, also
track, I didn't know anything.
you
I was just there.
You were a
pretty much
phenom.
the
You were a
first
phenom.
few weeks. I remember my first week, I had to run like 20 minutes, and it would only be me and Scout running together because he was injured. And so I was running with Scott, and our post would come along. But I don't know what a penguin means. I don't know what a scorpion is. I don't know what a suitcase is. But I would ask him like, "Hey, what is it?" Every time he gets so mad. I'm like, well, I didn't get taught this as a freshman. All these freshmen, some are running to get babied by the seniors. I didn't get that, and so
Right.
I'm here. And even I remember I was leaving. I'd probably be mad if someone asked me that 8 times, but at least I didn't know it. Like at least a freshman asked that in track, like they like got taught it. I didn't get taught any of that. So,
Right.
yeah, it's hard for me.
Tell me about your initial interactions with Coach Edelman and how it's developed into the tight relationship you guys have now.
So I remember when I started track, I didn't talk to him too much. I just talked to him about like what you had to do and stuff. So I did soccer, then soccer. Soon after that, after practice, so he'd be like, yeah, you don't want to like get injured and stuff. I remember the first time we talked about it, he was like, yeah, I don't get injured just like Connor. And I thought it was funny because he's injured a little bit.
You know,
So yeah, we
Just a
both
little
laughed, and that was our first laughing interaction.
we both laughed.
And you really
And then-
bonded over that moment.
They expected more. Every time they would bully me, hey, you should do cross. They would get like 8 of them, like, hey, you think you should do cross, right? And he would be nice. He's like, yeah, I'll take him for one sport, and at least have my back. Well, now one time I was too cool for Nux, and he just never gives me Nux anymore.
Yeah, go in
Right.
detail to that incident.
So I'm here in U.S. history, and I'm talking like to my friends. Oh, dude, we've shut up.
We've talked about. Oh no.
We have
And like
It all comes
another
full
guy.
circle.
And
just like a track.
he always gives me Nux, because at the beginning of the year, obviously, everyone's a little shy because new teachers, but
Right.
they-
And the
they
teacher shot
always-
too.
always-
People don't
yeah.
talk about
And he's like, "Oh, Wood," and I'm talking, I'm mid combo, so I'm like, just look at him, give me Nux, and then at practice he's like, "What was up with Nux today, though?"
Mm.
I'm like, "Well, I gave you Nux in class." He's like, "I feel like you were too cool for it or something." And I'm like, "Man, I gave you Nux. Take what you can get." I was standing on business, you know me.
that. Would you
Yeah.
say your relationship
Yeah,
with him
yeah.
has soured since the incident?
Maybe, but no, we're still tight.
Mm.
It's all fun and games.
Okay, now
Well,
I want to hear your coach 4x4 with of the DGen
Ooh.
coaches. What would you put in for a 4x4 for the
Are we-
fastest time?
are we talking boys coaches, girls coaches, both?
I'll say either. You can go guys or girls.
Okay.
Okay, so but Coach McDonald is not in the combo. Let's just say that. He eats he
Okay.
drinks a huge like super gulp from 7 or like gas station every morning.
Okay.
My sister's told me that, so he's gone. I think we gotta put Bihad in there. He's the coach. You know
Right.
what to do.
And he won state in the 4x.
That is true.
He wants state.
He's a sprinting coach.
And then we have to put Aylin in there. As you can see, the age comparison. He's actually better than Phil Safety.
That is that.
He actually is the best runner on our team.
I mean, numbers back it up. And then I would say 3, probably colder.
Yeah.
He,
Okay, that's good
pretty
choice.
fit.
That's good choice.
And then we have. I think
Wait, but what
in
about
between-
you have Wood, Prescott, and Williams?
No, we don't count those. They're,
Oh, you're talking about like coaches?
Coaches. Coaches.
Like D coaches.
Like-
Like
Coach
teaching,
Wood.
like teaching coaches.
Yes, because like Coach
Yeah.
Wood and Coach Prescott are just
I
like
would put it in
half the
between
time.
Sipple and then Maltage.
You have to also keep in mind that like Coach Sibyl had knee surgery.
He's coming off injury right now.
He's
He is
coming up
coming
in
off
I just
injury.
I think if he was Maltage age, I would put him in. But I mean, you know, someone said leave the football before the football leaves you. And that has happened to Sipple.
That is
There's a reason he uses a bike. No. So I'm putting Maltage.
Let's say it's now it's all the boys coaches, like every single boys coach, like including like the assistant ones, but they're all in their prime,
Oh,
including like Coach Russell, because she's like basically there.
Okay, so
she might be
obviously,
back next year.
She could be in that 4x.
She might be back next year for cross country.
obviously we put Aylin there.
Yeah,
Aylin
right.
Anthony.
Good one.
Then we go Sipple also.
Okay.
We go athlete. Then we put Coach PR. Second
Also a
straight.
D1.
Right.
Also
Also
a
a D1
D1 athlete. Then 4. And Coach Wood.
Coach Wood.
Coach Wood.
I mean,
Coach Wood is
He's an
Coach Wood is more of a long distance.
You could say Coach Wood's in his prime right now.
he is. So I put him there.
Right. So I mean, kind of going along with like Sipple's injury, right? Like setbacks happen, and so I know you haven't had like any huge major setbacks that have really like ended your season. You know, there's been some small injuries here and there, some bigger injuries, and I know you were sick for about a week, and you're kind of still recovering from that. So, my main question is like, what major setbacks or challenges have you faced, and like, how does that affect you right now?
Well, I think mentally, just being like not the best at cross and have to do like the same thing. Like it's kind of just doing, hey, coach is putting you in your worst event. You have to do that for the entire season. That's kind of like how I am right now.
Right.
Like obviously it helps me and stuff, but it's just a little annoying. I have to do my least favorite thing on the worst at every week. But I still try to get better and want to get better. And I think another mental setback was in outdoor conference. After that 800, I did a 4x4 too, and I puked after that. And I was at the track meet for 10 minutes because I was dry puking. I was gagging
Right.
come out
Right.
for a lot of times when it finally did come out. But when I was done with that, Steve was already done with his entire heater cool down and everything, and I had to just start that and stuff. Which like mentally I probably wasn't there for a while, and then I had to lock myself back in for a lot of stuff.
For sure. Yeah.
And I would say it takes a lot of resiliency to be able to do something you hate all the time.
Yeah.
Right.
And then that resiliency, you could use it in, like you can use it in like 400s and 800s because those are the most painful things. So like
Right.
doing things you don't like could like make the painful things easier.
Like obviously, like running every day. Like there's gonna be days where you're just gonna be like, man, I don't want to do this. Like I really don't want to be here. But you know, you still gotta like wake up with that mindset. Like I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna get it done. So, like, how do you really push through those like bad days where you're just not feeling it? And what really helps like motivate you?
Well, I would say mainly like just thinking like there's an opportunity to go to like national and stuff like Steve did. Like I've been told by some of the guys that there's a chance that he could be in the 4x8 in state and stuff, which, you know, it'd be a long
You're
shot.
talking about this year?
Yeah, it'd be a long shot, but there's still a chance.
You could try, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of guys ahead of me, but there's still a chance, and I'll probably take bigger jumps than those guys, the seniors and stuff. But that keeps me going. I just think also, like, this is more of my aerobic system, and I struggle with that in track. I thinking just like, hey, if I can get this out of the way earlier, it'll help me a lot in track. Not even just the 8, but in like the mile too, because obviously I didn't end the season great because I had to run a mile, and mentally it wasn't great for me because I didn't get my time that me and my coach wanted me to get.
You're still under 5, and that's a big thing.
That was
still,
a big thing.
Still got it. Still got it. I remember we had to do a workout, and it was like do a 200 at mile pace, and he told me to get his pace, like the goal pace, and it was 440s, and I didn't get that, so that kind of sucked.
I've heard people just around town have referred to you as the Brown Demon. Where does that come from? Please explain.
Well, first 4x4, my boy, who I'm always in races with, Steve, in track.
Steve who?
Cox, probably haven't heard of him.
Yeah,
too.
probably not.
But he was like injured at the time, so he was just vibing
Right.
with like the varsity guys because they didn't run that meet. They're like the top guys, and so
Because everyone's varsity.
yeah, everyone is varsity. So I remember him and Caden were talking to me like, yeah, what should we chant? And I'm chilling there and just like, what is the best name or stupidest name I could think of? And I'm like, Brown Demon. That'd be funny to chant. And yeah, I don't think he shouted it out. Of course he did, Caden. Of course he did. But yeah, and you know, some people call me that from time to time now. The freshmen have caught on
Yeah,
For sure.
and call me that.
people around the school, I've heard.
People
Call that
around,
man.
people just outside of school as well.
Yeah.
You know, you're kind of getting to the point where
He's
now.
kind of like a local celebrity, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, you're kind of at the point now where it's like people outside the school are starting to recognize you. Be like, oh my gosh, wait, is that the Brown Demon? And like,
People have said
that must be really exciting for you. Like,
People,
kind of like seeing you being recognized more.
yeah, I mean, I'm not really an Athletic user, but sometimes I go on it on my account, and as people see like me commenting on my races, yo, ain't no way the Brown Demon just cooked me in a 3 mile. I'm like, dude, like.
I've also seen this is more in track because the legends in track. They're like, ain't no way I was blessed enough to be put in the same race as the Brown Demon.
I know, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. I just like, we're fans, really. Sometimes one girl asked me if they could like sign my Sophmore.
Right.
They go like, hey, can you sign my tits? I'm like, of course.
Yeah. Okay. If you were a kitchen appliance, which one would you be and why?
Like, what are we talking about?
Like a kitchen
In
appliance.
general.
It's like a spoon? Or like a pan?
Whatever.
Something you could find in a kitchen.
Great question.
I don't know.
Because I don't want to be a utensil because I don't want to be in people's mouths. Therefore, I think to contrast that, where does a knife go in someone's mouth?
If they're like licking the peanut butter.
That probably
Like a
feels
butter
nice.
knife, like a butter
Oh yeah, because you're getting licked. You're not really getting.
licked. I'm not
Yeah.
getting
Right.
I'm not getting chewed. I'm getting licked. I'm not getting the teeth. I'm getting
Right.
You get the tongue. Yeah.
But I think that's interesting. I thought of a pan, but like they get roasted.
Yeah.
It'd be-
Right. That would be.
On their off days, which is a lot of days, they're just chilling with the boys. But on their on days, it hurts. It
Right.
hurts.
Takes a lot of mental toughness.
That's a
good reference.
What else?
What about a blender?
I just
I don't know.
think
You would get dizzy.
the mental toughness of wow, I'm killing all these nice fruits.
Oh,
Their
yeah.
logic-
That can really
Right,
affect your mental
right.
health.
That's
All
like
these delicious
I
foods.
watched a movie with one of my best friends the other day, and a character's in it called you like the hanger? No, the
yeah.
hangman.
Mm.
Yeah,
Hangman. and he killed
I feel like I've seen that movie before.
Yeah, I think you have. And he was like, there was a question he asked, like, how does it feel killing all these people? And he had a long explanation, but I thought if my answer would be like, I'm killing innocent people, and he's killing bad guys.
Yeah, so there's like a distinction. There's a line.
Like obviously rotten fruit, you know. He comes in, he's like,
It's like shooting. It's like shooting.
Right.
It's like shooting a dying horse. If it's like
you're just.
But if it's like some
helping it,
fresh
right?
like raspberries or cherries or something.
it's like a little baby carrot.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not
Baby
gonna
carrot.
Yeah.
I don't know who's putting carrots in a blender, but
You never know. Carrot
Yeah.
juice is popular in some places.
Yeah.
you use juice it. Continuing.
I think what else? And I would maybe. Here's my answer. Maybe ice cream scooper.
Oh,
Okay.
oh,
that's
think
good.
and you do get licked up
I
sometimes.
do get licked.
You do get licked.
Also, a lot of people just use the classic spoon. So a lot of families have them. Most families have them. But
Right.
how often?
But
do
also
anyone
you're
use
but also you're thinking like, what if you're at an ice cream parlor, you know, where they
No,
just-
but
they're
why the
using you
given
every
is that
day.
you're the given is that you're in the
I'm in a
kitchen.
family house.
Okay.
I'm
You're
in a
in the
family
kitchen,
household. I mean, like, look at the kids might use me, but the kids get older.
Right.
I'm chilling out with the boys. I'm retired after a few years. Even my hard duties, I'm cold for a little bit. Rinsed off with a nice warm water. Have to
Like
go in
it's
the,
sold in
the
a
dreaded
dry
dishwasher,
Right.
which isn't nice, but
What about a sponge? Would you be a sponge?
I don't think so. I think
'Cause
the
you'd be
work
getting dirty.
the work rate of
Yeah.
that sponge is crazy. I mean, people go through sponges all the time. They
Right.
throw away the sponge with no consideration. I think ice cream scooper, he knows his role, and my God, does that role pretty perfectly.
Yeah, I think that's a really good answer.
Obviously, we've been here. We've been talking for a while now. So I think now that we're starting to get to the conclusion here, like obviously your journey so far has been pretty amazing. Seeing kind of this progression of like starting off doing soccer your freshman year in the fall, then kind of doing track and really falling in love with the sport.
Falling in love with three events.
And then, well, I kind of brought you into the running world where then you joined cross country. So the big question is, what's next?
Probably the next race. People say, hey, like, what is your best goal? I'm like, just PR. Every race, no matter if it's a meet.
Just beat the old Dylan Wood.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm racing against myself. I think, obviously, I want goals, but you can't get mad with the PR. You can't get mad with all this. I just want to be better every day, and I think PR is like the ultimate reflection of that. Like, Coach Buha said this one time. I did something that I've never done before. How could you be
Right.
mad at that?
That's touching.
Yeah. So, like, do you have any short-term or long-term goals that you have in mind?
I mean, long term would probably for cross eventually be in top
I
7.
mean, it can even be outside of running.
Get a good GPA. But like in running, I would probably be top for cross. Probably be top 7
Right.
a year, which obviously it's hard looking at everyone around me, and I PR by a little bit, and they just PR by like a million seconds at Twilight, which obviously isn't great. But they're having like a great race, which
Right.
isn't. It's obviously great to see, but also it's like mentally tough for me because like these people are getting 1,000 times better. I'm just getting like a little bit better, but obviously can't get that.
Exactly.
So, I would say for longer for cross, but short, I would say just this season, probably just go sub 17 in
Right.
the next races. And then short term for track would probably just be try to go sub 2 this year in the 800. And then long term, I don't know, be on the 4x8 team maybe when I'm a junior. And like if that happens, like we can win state because I feel and will.
Yeah.
it's
So
like,
what would be
they
like?
can just carry me.
Would be like
And
your
Steve.
ideal 4x8? Would it be like you,
Probably me, Ryan Morton, Zeke, he's surely best.
or Zeke?
And then Polson, his stride, it gets him far.
Great form.
And you know he wants it. He
Exactly.
fights for it so
He
hard.
really
look at
does.
his face. He wants it. He wants it.
He really does, yeah.
Yeah.
And you see him putting in the effort every day, like really running the whole.
He
just
stays healthy. He stays fit. He runs the
Right.
races.
Right.
That goes.
Unfortunately, though, he currently is battling. He's on his road back to running from his horrible knee injury. So
You can only feel bad for the kid. Only
So
feel
tragic.
Why are
Hey,
you laughing?
he doesn't deserve that.
he's coming
Why are
back.
you laughing?
You know what? He is coming
Why
back
are you laughing?
because it's gonna be amazing.
He's
to see-
laughing because like
It's winter arc.
sometimes you just gotta laugh. Like,
Yeah.
at this
He's coming
situation.
winter arc is
right?
gonna be
Like
nuts.
it is gonna be crazy.
His volleyball season might
him
be just
coming back.
crazy.
I
The team
mean,
could win state.
they could. They really do have the potential. You
that-
never know
That that sophomore team and that JV team could win state.
for sure.
Okay, now we got a little bit of a rapid fire round.
Yeah.
Okay.
For the finale.
Okay. Coffee or tea?
Ooh.
Okay, that's a dumb question. It's obviously coffee. Let's be honest, coffee. Alright, fine. Coffee then.
Okay. No, you can explain like a tiny bit why.
Yes,
But like keep it brief.
Oh, let's think about it.
No, yeah, somewhere like
Coffee.
Yeah.
There's drugs in it, and everyone likes drugs.
That's
okay,
good.
true.
That's
Okay.
good.
Yeah, so that's exactly. You want to answer, then give like a short sentence.
Okay.
Okay. Cats or dogs?
Dogs. Schmoopy. Pretty much that's all I gotta say.
Okay.
Fair.
Summer or winter?
Summer. That's cool.
Book or movie?
You mean film?
No, it's actually such a movie.
Okay, movie.
Uh,
Because it's a film.
Sweet or savory?
Oh, that's tough. I'm gonna go savory. No, sweet. Good, I like it. Nice and sweet.
Are you a morning person or a night owl?
I mean, I would say night owl, even though I wake up earlier. But if I have a choice, it's just what I have to.
Chocolate or vanilla?
Obviously vanilla. Obviously vanilla.
Mm.
I don't have to explain.
This one. I'm actually interested in. Introvert or extrovert?
Ooh.
What the
An introvert means like
He knows what an introvert and extrovert is, right?
my dumb thing.
extrovert is like someone who's like really outgoing.
Yeah,
outgoing?
Are you like
Oh,
outgoing
right.
or like,
Are you,
like kind of quiet? Yeah.
I would say probably extrovert.
Like Zeke.
Extrovert.
Truly blessed.
I mean,
We're truly blessed that he's.
We are
he's
truly
in
blessed that
he's
he
in
is
our-
on the team. He's a great addition to the
he
team.
saved our culture really.
Right.
without it.
Yeah, no,
He really does. He
Our
really does.
culture. Don't want to get into details.
He
Don't wanna
really, he
get
really
into
also
details.
did like help bring back like the memento of the 55th route.
I mean, he doesn't know how to read the practice plan, so he asked coach.
He asked.
Belmont.
Hey,
Or
you weren't there. You weren't there in the
55th.
summer.
Right.
You weren't there in the summer when he
Summer.
led practice.
He actually did leave practice one day.
Yeah,
Yeah, he did.
Was it in
And there was no coaches. And he was like, and he
the
like,
blackout?
Yeah, and he was just
Yeah.
like, okay, guys.
That one like fit 20 kids throughout the
No,
practice.
there were a lot of kids, and he just like started reading the practice plan off his phone. Because he's a leader and he wants it.
Saves culture.
I love his.
I know.
I love his. I love his
culture
whole
'cause
sweatshirt.
No one was stepping up. Yeah, either.
Yeah.
Okay. Schools.
Ooh. Or French toast.
I mean, I make
Or
a killer.
waffles.
I make a killer pancake, and every guy knows that. And pancakes. All right.
We'll have to see about that. Thanksgiving Day.
Tune in. It will be live televised November 28th, 2024.
We'll make it. We'll make a
We'll
pod
see
on
it.
that.
We will make a.
And there will be a reaction podcast. Make sure to watch out for that. Fiction or nonfiction?
Fiction for sure. I mean, just think about other great stories that are fiction and non-fiction stories. Is like, oh, the dude goes to jail. Like it's boring.
Right.
We know what happens.
Online shopping or in store?
In store, cause it reminds me of me being a kid. That's cool.
Yeah. Reality TV. This is the final question. Reality TV or docu-series?
I mean, I watch my fair share of television, so obviously reality.
Reality TV.
Good choice.
Good choice.
Okay.
Alright.
That was the end of the rapid fire questions, and that was also the end.
All right.
of
Well,
the
there you
podcast.
have it, Dylan Wood. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you- thank you so
Thank you
much.
so
Thank
much
you so
for joining
much.
us
Thank you for having me.
here on this
Yeah.
podcast. It's really been a pleasure having you here.
I was going in for something else. I mean.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. It's been a pleasure having you, getting to know more about you, and having
Yeah, it's a
our
pleasure, man.
having our millions of fans also get to know you
And
more.
thank you for tuning in.
Thank
We
you.
really appreciate it.
Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you like and
All
subscribe.
publicity is good publicity.
See you later, alligators.
Come on,